Would you like to go fishing with a narcissist? Sounds bizarre, right? But here's the funny truth. A narcissist may not know how to hold a real fishing rod, yet they're absolute pros at fishing for people through text messages. And in unhealthy relationships, this behavior has its own name: fishing. Instead of offering you real love or genuine commitment, they toss out little baits. They're simply tests, little hooks dropped into the water to see if you'll still bite. And in this game, you become the fish. In this video, we're going to expose these fishing tricks, show you how to spot the bait before it lands, and, most importantly, how to slip out of that invisible net for good. So, what exactly is a fishing text? Think of it as the narcissist's favorite lure. It's not a declaration of love, not even a proper conversation starter. It's a casual, low-effort message designed to test the waters. The goal isn't depth. The goal is proof. Proof that you're still there, still reactive, still willing to give them a slice of your attention. These messages usually sound harmless. Hey, what's up? Hey, beautiful. Had a dream about you last night. Or the random holiday greeting after months of silence. Merry Christmas. Sometimes it's a faux concern check-in. Just saw the storm near your city. Hope you're safe. Sounds sweet. Look closer. It's bait. What makes these texts so powerful is timing. They often arrive when you're vulnerable. A lonely night, a tough anniversary, the holidays, or, ironically, when you're finally starting to feel strong again. That's when your guard is down and their hook slips in unnoticed. And here's the catch. Any response, no matter how small, is considered a bite. A thumbs up emoji? That's enough. A polite, thanks? Jackpot. You've confirmed to them that the line still works, that you can still be reeled back in. They don't need more than that. Remember, these are not genuine attempts to reconnect. They're ego checks. A narcissist is like a fisherman with nothing better to do, tossing line after line just to see which fish still nibble. Don't be that fish. Now let's talk about the other side of this game. The fish. That's you, the receiver of the fishing text. And let's be honest, how you react determines whether this fishing trip ends quickly or drags you back into the same exhausting loop. If you give a small, polite response, a thanks, a thumbs up, or a casual, hope you're well too, the narcissist might vanish again. Why? Because the bite was enough. They got their proof of life, their ego boost, and they don't need more. It's like a fisherman catching a glimpse of the line tugging and then tossing the bait back into the water. They know the fish are still there. That's all the reassurance they needed. But if you engage more deeply, sharing personal updates, trying to set a plan, or even daring to ask, "So, what do you actually want?" Brace yourself. This is where the dynamic turns painful. The narcissist will start stalling, dodging, or giving vague answers. Can't right now. Things are complicated, or worse. They just go silent. That silence is brutal. It leaves you staring at your phone, replaying the conversation, and asking yourself, what did I do wrong? Here's the truth. You did nothing wrong. The outcome was set before you even replied. Their goal was never real connection. Their goal was to see if they could still hook you. The moment you expect depth, consistency, or commitment, the game collapses. And you're left feeling disappointed, angry at yourself, maybe even ashamed that you fell for it again. This is the hidden cost of being the fish. You're treated not as a human being with feelings, but as a disposable source of supply, a quick snack for their ego. They collect your attention like trinkets on a shelf, to admire when they're bored, and forget when they're satisfied. The key is to recognize that every response keeps you in their net. And the only way to win this game is not to play. So, if these messages aren't about love, if they're not about missing you, then what's really going on? Here's the raw answer. It's sport. Narcissists don't fish because they want you back. They fish because they want to know they could get you back if they tried. Think of it as ego maintenance. Picture a narcissist lounging on the couch, phone in hand, scrolling through contacts like a bored fisherman tossing lines into the water. They're not hungry. They're not desperate. They're curious. Let's see which fish still bites. That's all. This is why it feels so inconsistent. One moment they're dropping flirty emojis. The next they vanish into thin air. Because the real prize isn't you. It's the reaction. A ping on their screen. Proof that you're still emotionally reachable. That simple acknowledgement is like fuel. It confirms they still matter, even after everything. And here's the brutal part. They're not just fishing for one person. They may have 10 lines in the water at the same time. You're not the only fish. Those same holiday greetings or late-night hey you texts could be hitting multiple inboxes, almost like a group sport. The more bites they get, the more powerful they feel. This isn't hoovering in the sense of trying to pull you back into a relationship. Hoovering has intent, a goal of re-engagement. Fishing is lighter, lazier, and far more selfish. They reel you in just enough to feel that hit of validation. Then, like a sport fisherman, they toss you back. Here's the twisted irony. Their lack of follow-through is actually a blessing in disguise. Painful, yes. Frustrating, absolutely. But if you look closely, you'll see it for what it is. A performance designed to inflate their ego, not a second chance, not real intimacy. Once you recognize that truth, the hook loses its power. Because the moment you stop biting, the sport ends. So how do you protect yourself from this endless game of bait and vanish? Let's borrow a lesson from nature. Once upon a time, Atlantic codfish were huge. Fishermen loved them because they were easy to catch in large nets. But over time, something fascinating happened. The codfish started evolving to be smaller, slim enough to slip through the nets and survive. They adapted, and in doing so, they outsmarted the very trap designed to capture them. That's exactly the kind of wisdom you need when facing a narcissist's fishing. Their texts, their half-hearted compliments, their fake check-ins, all of it is a net. And your power lies in learning to slip through, in refusing to bite. Every time you ignore a hey stranger or resist the pull of a random holiday greeting, you're proving to yourself, I've evolved. I can outswim this trap. Will it sting sometimes? Of course. Getting released back into the water may feel like rejection at first, but remember, it's actually a blessing. Because the alternative isn't love, it's manipulation. And you deserve far more than being someone's quick ego snack. So the next time your phone buzzes with one of those messages, pause. Smile to yourself. And instead of nibbling the bait, swim free. Because your peace of mind is worth more than their cheap thrill. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, share your story in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's keep growing this community of survivors who refuse to be caught.